All right, what is up, my dudes? It's your boy Kel. It's your boy Danny, rocking the Coors Light shirt, by the way. All right, I wish this podcast was sponsored by Coors Light, but I mean, we're not that cool yet. We will get there. Hey, Danny's got big news. You know what? Let's just start off the podcast. Let's drop this news. I mean, hey, Eagles fans out there, we love you guys. You guys love us. So hey, Danny, break it down for us, buddy.
Yeah, so I've been noticing the comments that we're getting, and I could tell that you guys are interested. So this is another opportunity for you guys to let us know if you're subbed. And in the comments, comment SB Champs for Super Bowl champions. And you can get yourself a PSA grade 9 rookie Jalen Hurts card. This is the Super Bowl champion quarterback right here. PSA 9 grade. And it's a pretty nice card, so make sure you comment down below, and enter into the giveaway, guys.
Damn, I'm gonna comment below. I'm just gonna comment. I'm gonna create a fake profile just to have it. I'm gonna put that behind my wall, right next to the Tom Brady one, right next to that Randy Moss one, right next to the Tom Brady one, because that is fucking mint, dude. All right, guys. Remember, SB Champs down below. Like and subscribe, guys. That is absolutely killer. I mean, hey, we love you guys. I mean, we dig all the love and support. This channel is really taken off. It's taken off a lot faster than we really could possibly imagine that it could have, so we appreciate the love and support. Danny, you know what? Let's break into these Eagles, man. I mean, you know what? They're making some free agency moves. I mean, Dallas Goedert and A.J. Dillon. What are your thoughts on these two big free agency signings?
Yeah, they were a little bit slow to start off the week, but they made both of these two signings today, as from what I saw. Dallas Goedert, he was, where was he playing before? On the Cowboys, I believe? I can't remember. He used to be on the Cowboys, right? And then A.J. Dillon, Green Bay running back. Now, Philadelphia Eagles. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, so sign experience, 4th-round pick. You know what? As far as Dallas Goedert goes,
I can't remember what team he was on.
Amidst his uncertainty, I believe, was he on the... Goodness, I can't think off the top of my head. Regardless, A.J. Dillon, I mean, that's with considering who you have in the backfield with Saquon Barkley, you know,
yeah, it's just
adding someone like A.J. Dillon. I mean, guys, remember what I said a while back. I said, and I dropped a short on this, we could be seeing the start of something big here. And when I say something big, we could be seeing the start of the Eagles franchise. We could be seeing, or franchise, not the franchise, the dynasty. Yep. I mean, move aside Chiefs. First off, you can't have a podcast without saying, fuck the Chiefs. You know, like, pushing the Chiefs aside, let's talk Eagles. I mean, Danny, are you seeing this? I mean, am I crazy for thinking that we could be seeing an Eagles dynasty here, man?
No, definitely not. I believe that this is probably one of the top running back duos in the league now, I would say.
No, most definitely. I mean, and there's still a lot of free agents out there that we could see them sign. And I mean, you guys know how, I mean, I wouldn't call super teams. I hate calling teams super teams. I hate doing that. The reason being is, I mean, I feel like some players out there, not just in the NFL, but in the NBA, I'm not going to mention names because you already know who I'm talking about. They've ruined the name super team. When you think super team, you think of teams that stack up their players from a bunch of different teams just to win a Super Bowl. I don't like that. Now, you do have players like Myles Garrett who want to go to teams that are Super Bowl winning teams. That being said, what the fuck is Myles Garrett doing staying with the Browns, even though he said, I want to go to a contender? Ladies and gentlemen, the Browns are not a contender. But I'll tell you who is a contender, and that is the mighty dollar, okay? Now, I mean, I guess aside from that, what is the only reason for Myles Garrett to stay, Danny? I mean...
Yeah, well, it's for him to put out such a passionate tweet and honoring the Cleveland Browns fan base with being so adamant about the fact that he wants to lose. There's one thing that I always... You guys have probably heard too, money talks. It really does.
Money talks, bullshit walks, guys. And I mean... These signings are very, very surprising. I mean, the fact that Myles Garrett was so passionate about leaving the Browns, saying, I want to be on a contender. I don't want to be on the Browns. I want to play for a Super Bowl team. I was convinced he was going to play for the Detroit Lions. I saw him playing for the Detroit Lions next year, and winning, defensive player of the year with the Lions. I saw that as a very possible, outcome. Now, Cooper Kupp and DK Metcalf, still out there, but I want to talk DK Metcalf's decision
Yeah, talk
to go
about
to
questionable
Pittsburgh.
decisions.
Yeah, okay, so here's two things, okay? He said that he wanted to go to a place that has a good quality quarterback as well as a place that is warm. Well, I hate to break it to you, DK Metcalf, but Pittsburgh's not very warm. It's not a warm place, man. And their quarterback situation, it's a little bit iffy.
I saw
They
they
just
just
signed
re-signed
Mason
Mason
Rudolph.
Rudolph. Yeah.
Yeah, they just re-signed Mason Rudolph, but it's like okay. I mean that news is just as big as I guess it's a little different because the Chiefs just signed Gardner Minshew to their quarterback room, but
Yeah,
it's
these are
just
just
not exactly
backup moves.
relevant to me. Yeah, but considering they just let go of you let go of Justin Fields. Could we be seeing Aaron Rodgers possibly going to the Steelers? There's a chance there. There's rumors going around that he could go to the Steelers. There's rumors that he can go around to the Giants. It's all over the place with Aaron Rodgers. And, regardless of where he goes, I personally don't see him playing next year.
Yeah, did you see the picture of him on the beach staring off into the sunset, contemplating life?
Yep. Thinking about
Yeah.
what he's going to talk about on Joe Rogan. The dude's weird, man. He's a weird guy, in my opinion. But, I don't see him playing next year. I really don't. And, I think call me crazy for saying that, but I don't see it happening. Now, let's talk
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp real quick. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, he's been on the free agency market or free agency market for most of the week. He's been released a couple weeks ago, and if these teams want him, what is it taking so long to make a decision?
Exactly. And considering there's 32 teams in the fucking league, guys. 32 teams. And when you look at it, if a team like Pittsburgh and a team like the New York Giants don't really want you, like I said, Shedeur Sanders is going to play for the New York Giants. I've said that multiple times. If he doesn't play, okay, guys, here's the thing. If Shedeur Sanders does not play for the New York Giants next year, I will do another giveaway. Okay, I will find another giveaway that I do for you guys, and I will do it out of my own pocket for out of the kindness of my heart. Okay, but Shedeur Sanders is gonna go to the Giants. Okay, obviously, in my opinion, that's obvious. I don't see where Aaron Rodgers is gonna go except for the Steelers. But talking about another big free agent, I want to talk about Cooper Kupp. Now, Cooper Kupp, I'm a Patriots fan, of course. I want Cooper Kupp. He's still floating around out there, but he has mentioned that he does want to stay on the West Coast. He doesn't want to go anywhere else aside from the West Coast area. Now, obviously, that kind of eliminates the Patriots. However, he is still, quote unquote, open to suggestions, open to kind of dealing with stuff. Now, considering that the Rams just released him, so they're not looking for trades anymore. He's released. He's out there floating into the void. Where do you see him landing?
So I did see a report earlier today in some of my Denver Bronco news that he was possibly in speaks with the Denver Broncos as a free agent move. We also just picked up Evan Ingram. I think that could be and we're not that far off of the West Coast. That could be a good move for us, but it's what the right price is, because we've already spent some money. We've said this before. If you want to go somewhere to get paid, probably go to the Patriots.
No, yeah, exactly. But speaking of the Patriots, so let's talk Chris Godwin's re-signing. So, rumor was that the Patriots offered Chris Godwin a huge sum of money to come to New England. However, he declined it. He declined it to stay with the Buccaneers. Now, obviously, I want him on the team, but you know what? Props to him for doing that. Yeah, obviously, he wants to remain a Buccaneer.
He wants to stay
Cooper
with
Kupp,
Baker Mayfield. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah. But it's weird. It's almost like these teams are being rather hypocritical. The Rams went on record stating that they want a younger wide receiver group. They want a group that they can grow with, and they're like, we don't, there's been surfacing rumors them basically stating I don't want an older receiver and stuff like that. And then you pick up Devontae Adams in free agency. How many years does this guy have left on him? It's kind of like it's kind of like going to the pound and freaking getting a dog that's old. You just want to give him the best, last 2 years of his life. Before you know, you're gonna have to put him down. Poor guy's blind. He's limping and stuff. Like, he's got gray all over his face and shit. You're like, I gotta give him a good life. Poor dude's been in the pound, which
Yeah,
he has
Cup.
been. He's been in the pound.
Yeah, for a couple years now. Cup was a little banged up, but he finished the year a lot stronger last year. There, he made a good playoff push against those Philadelphia Eagles.
He did. I think they're putting a lot of faith into Puka right now. A lot of faith into Puka. I'm seeing a Cowboys trend right now. This is what they did when they had the quarterback room or the receiving room of Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, where they're like, okay, we're going to cut Amari Cooper. We're just going to have CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb was their only wide receiver that Dak Prescott targeted. I mean, yeah, he targeted Michael Gallup. He targeted other wide receivers, but it was CeeDee Lamb. It was the CeeDee Lamb show all season last year. The dude took some major licks. He played the season hurt. He should have stopped playing the season once Dak Prescott got injured, in my opinion. But the reason why he continued playing was a money move from Jerry Jones. And, you know how I feel about Jerry World. But I see the Rams trending in that direction by, we got this young guy, Puka. He's going to be the face of the franchise for a while. Let's keep him. Let's stray away from all this other stuff. Yeah, we got Devontae Adams in free agency, but let's keep an eye on Puka. What other free agency moves right now are really kind of standing out to you?
Not a lot of huge ones, but speaking of the Cowboys, I saw that they lost DeMarcus Lawrence and they signed Javonte Williams, correct?
Yes, they did. Javonte Williams. That's a big signing, especially for you as a Bronco fan.
Yeah, he's still not the same from his injury, but he still has a little bit of gas left in the tank, I think. How do you feel about Javonte?
I mean, I texted you once we found out about it. I mean,
Yeah.
you texted me first, and then I kind of responded with it, and I said, you know what? That's like that's such a Cowboys move.
Typical
It's
Jerry
like
Jones move, yep.
typical Jerry Jones. Like, let's pick up like a mid running back. Nothing that's gonna be like a blockbuster like AJ Dillon caliber kind of running back or something like that. I mean, obviously AJ Dillon. I mean, like, how are you looking at AJ Dillon right now? But that's kind of digressing from the point. Do I think that bringing him into the Cowboys running back room is a good idea? I mean, I don't know if it's very relevant. I feel like if
it's
I
mid,
was
like
Jerry
you're saying.
Jones,
Yeah, it's a mid
it
move.
is mid. It is mid. I would be focusing. I mean, I would focus on that wide receiver room. I mean, obviously, I feel like when it comes down to it with the Cowboys, though, it's leadership and coaching. Because when you got talent, but you're not winning, it comes down to coaching, dude. And when you have freaking Timu Mike McCarthy, whom you just freaking not drafted, but you freaking just promoted, Oppenheimer Schottenheimer over here, who's about to blow up the fucking Cowboys franchise. 8-8 over here, guys. That's my prediction for the Cowboys franchise. If they win the Super Bowl, hey guys, I'm gonna freaking flip a bitch.
Oh,
But
the world would blow up.
oh my goodness, no. I mean, I swear to God, I'll be very, very happy. Don't get me wrong, seeing the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl. But guys, I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen anytime soon. But I mean, regardless, as far as that signing goes, I don't think it's gonna be any bit impactful. Now, one release that I was very, very surprised of was the David Andrews release from the New England Patriots, the center. David Andrews has been a clutch player for the New England Patriots. Obviously, a 6-time Super Bowl champion. He's always been there. I mean, I love the guy. If there's any other pivotal face of the Patriots aside from Tom Brady, Julian Edelman, Rob Gronkowski, Matthew Slater, it's got to be David Andrews. But for some reason, there's something
it's got to be
that
an
they
age
know.
thing, right?
I think you got to think so. It's got to be an age thing. Where he's going to go, I'm not sure. Hopefully he hangs up the boots. I'm not quite sure about that. But this free agency, Danny, I mean, it's really, really heating up, dude. And it's really getting to the point where I just don't know. Obviously these signings are really, really mixing up the pot. And
Yeah.
I mean,
Our power ranking videos are completely out of the book now.
out of the book. No.
Like,
I
they're
mean,
completely
just the
irrelevant.
relevance of it.
Yeah.
I mean, like the Geno Smith signing. What are your thoughts on the Geno Smith signing?
Where did Geno Smith go again?
The freaking Raiders, dude.
Oh yeah, Duh. I think that it makes them better immediately, but I'm not sure how much better. That's a very tough division, but four good coaches, four good quarterbacks. We have Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes probably at the top. Where does Geno rank amongst those quarterbacks? Do you rank him above Bo Nix?
Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a really really tough question. Whether to rank. Okay, as far as like growth goes, obviously I'm giving that to Bo Nix. As far as experience goes, I'm giving that to Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, though, ooh, that's a tough one, man. I mean, it's kind of comparing. You're comparing apples to oranges here. You're comparing a rookie quarterback to a guy who's been in the league a while. I mean, he kind of knows his shit. He's going into an organization with a coach whom he's coached with, or who he's played under. This is a new organization that he's going to be with. Now, he's got Brock Bowers, who could really come alive this year now that he's got a good quarterback. I'm interested to see how Bo Nix performs, but if I had to make a prediction on who is going to have a bigger impact, who's going to perform better this season, I would have to go with Bo Nix. Just because of the amount of weapons that he has. You got to have a good defense behind you to have, obviously, to be on the field enough. And I see Bo Nix having that good defense. I mean, obviously, without bias, Danny, what do you see?
It's for me. It's about potential, and the Raiders are just they're much better with Geno Smith now. This is going to be a tough division. It'll probably be close, but who do I predict having a better season? I got to pick my boy Bo.
No, yeah, and that's understandable. I mean, the Broncos in free agency, it hasn't been too pivotal. I mean, maybe they're trying to free up some cap space.
Yeah, we had a couple good
sure.
signings on defense. We got the Tolofanoa, what's his name? The guy from Talanoa Hufanga for a 3-year, $45 million deal, and Dre Greenlaw, two big pieces on that San Francisco defense. I think Sean Payton believes in the offense.
Man, you get a Samoan, man. Holy shit, you don't want to fuck with them Samoans when it comes to that shit. You don't want to fuck with them Samoans, man. They know their shit. I'll tell you what, though, bro. I mean, the one thing I'm looking forward to the most, okay? So, and this is what I'm thinking, guys, okay? Now, I'm going to say something. It might sound a little crazy, but based off of free agency, this is what I'm thinking. And, Danny, I want your opinion on this, okay? And this is off of the Patriots, okay? Now, the Patriots, obviously, we knew they were going to make big moves in free agency. Made a shitload of defensive moves. Defensive secondary, defensive line, a Super Bowl winning defensive line. Now, obviously, they're stacking this defense, So our secondary is looking good with Gonzo. This looks good. Now, in my opinion, all indications are pointing towards them targeting a wide receiver for Drake May to grow with throughout his career. Could that be Travis Hunter? Are they looking towards Travis Hunter? Or are they going to go with that lineman whom we're all thinking about going with?
Yeah. We've talked about this a lot in the past, and perhaps they do go for Travis Hunter. It just really depends how other teams view him. If they plan on, taking him a little bit earlier than people are thinking. Shador Sanders is apparently falling in some people's minds. Yeah.
Yep.
And you saw how pivotal it was for Bo Nix to have a good defense, in his rookie season. So I think the Patriots are making some good moves.
Yeah. No, they are. I mean, and fingers crossed that things work out. But I'm interested to see how the draft goes now. But I'm hoping that they go offense heavy in the draft because I think Drake May does need to grow with some players. But anyways, guys, let us know what you think. Comments below. Don't forget to comment the word SB Champs down below for that. That card is going to be absolutely beautiful. It's an absolute banger of a card. Props to Danny for getting a hold of that. Guys, again, we appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment SB Champs down below to get entered into that drawing. Don't forget to keep the faith.